live, Zaven. Zaven, do you see anybody to say hi to? Hmm? Zaven. And we're waiting on Auntie. Zaven. We're waiting on Auntie. Say hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody. Hi, Enigma. Hi, Harry. How are you today? I'm actually waiting on Tony and everybody. Well, not quite, but she's close by. Hi, good evening, Maxine. Hi, Cheryl. I have with me today holding on the fort, Zaven. I say Zaven. You want to say hi? Zaven. Want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. Say hello. Saying hello. You're not feeling my mind. This is Zaven. Zaven. See the people coming on there now? It's a 3-blade ceiling fan. Say, hey, little man. And say, Enigma, say, hi, Zaven. Zaven with an X. Zaven eating him biscuit. Waiting on his mommy. Zaven, you're going to say hi? You're going to host YouTube Live with me today? But you have to smile. Smile. You want lipstick on your good cheek? Say smile. Say hi. Tony's finally here. Say hi. You want to show them your tea biscuit? He's saying hi. All right. So Zaven is with us today, waiting on his mommy, doing the babysitting thing. Zaven, you're not saying hi. You want to answer the questions today? Yes or no?
Like Neva says, pretty boy Zaven, why so serious?
Yeah, tell you. Just warm up, man. Say hi to the people. And someone like you're cute. You ready to say hi? You don't see them look. You don't see them look. So the Egni, my dear, I see Dwayne and Joy. Melly just jump on. You have not cool. Yes, you see them, right?
I think if we were video chatting with someone, he'd be like, hi.
I wonder what's going on. All right, so I'm Claudia, and I have Tony with me, and I also have Zaven with me today. And YouTube Live comes alive with the three of us now. So you can actually remember you can ask your questions. So we take questions on money, finance, and real estate.
Maxine says, Zaven not touching Alexander.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Soon touch something, man. Soon I forget rid of it. Zaven, you're going to stay for the full 2 hours?
Yeah.
Zaven, are you staying for the 2 hours? Say yeah. You're staying for the 2 hours, Zaven? Yeah. So he's gonna stay for the 2 hours, and he's gonna help us answer some of these questions, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have to tell the people hi. Say good afternoon.
You have to say hi.
You have to say hi. Give me the biscuit, man. Biscuit and make you distract you. You can't eat on YouTube Live. Give it to your auntie. You want this tea biscuit. Say hi to everybody. You have to greet the people. You're going to stay here for 2 hours, according to you. Yes. Yeah, I'll stay for 2 hours. All right. So remember, you can ask your questions on money, finance, and real estate.
Here's a question. Question, Claudia. Do you know anything about the free NHT building plans?
Free NHT building plans? NHT have some building plans. Yes, I believe so. You want to switch to it? They have some building plans that you can use. So if you have a lot, so like if you buy a lot in Palmetto Pines, you can probably decide that you're going to use one of the NHT building plans. It's free to the point that you don't pay, but you still have to get it. You don't buy it from NHT, but you still have to get it on a blueprint using your survey diagram. So you still have to get it to a draftsman or architect to put it on your property and then submit it to the parish council in the parish that you're building in. See, there are free building plans available at NHT on Facebook at the top.
Yeah, I was trying to find one that was directly from NHT.
Oh. Maybe it's just on their Facebook page. Isn't this their Facebook page? Free building plans are available at, it's right there. Free building plans are available at NHT. Go back.
We're here.
Back. Here. Free building plans are available at NHT. Our plans are pre-approved, ready for use by our beneficiaries who are accessing a build on own land loan or a construction loan. See more.
Let me see if I can get to the website.
Doesn't it take you to the website? See more.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. So Silver, can't come on YouTube live and eat storm here now, man. You put on the biscuit. Put on the biscuit. Yes or no? Yeah. Yeah. So put on the biscuit. Put it not there. Put it on the desk there. Yeah. You have to pay attention now. Come, pay attention. Don't touch anything there now.
I am not seeing it.
Search.
That's what I did.
Building plan. All right, you ready to say hi to everybody now? Say hello. Hello. Or you can't see them now.
I'm not seeing anything.
But yes, I know they do have some building plans.
I wonder what they look like though.
Housing schemes, properties for sale. Sure. I know they have it. They spoke about it at one point. Hold on. Auntie's doing something now. Oh, Auntie's doing something now.
All right.
Need a moment to come for you. Oh, hold on. And you can make changes to the plan. I guess you can, yeah, because you're putting it on. No, if it's pre-approved, you can't make any changes. If it's pre-approved, meaning the parish council already approved that particular plan. You can't make any changes. If you make changes, it's a new plan and you have to get it approved to use the free building plans. That I'm not sure of. Ignima, are you far into the chat? You have other chats, other questions that you missed?
Let me scroll up and see.
Yeah. Did you too far though? What are you saying? You have to be talking to the people, answering the questions. Leave the mouse alone. Zaven. Zaven. What?
Okay, so Dwight says, what is your say on the new regulation rules for Airbnb in Jamaica that's coming soon?
Well, I do believe that you need to have Tony you want to take him to his mommy while I answer the question? You have to speak English. When you come on YouTube live, speak English. Come. Go into your mommy. Protesting.
Does protest too much.
Protest too much. See you later. All right, so the question is, what is your say on the new regulation rules for Airbnb in Jamaica that's coming soon? Yes, Airbnb is in the real estate industry, right? It's actually in the short term rental business of real estate. So we do need some regulations. On a whole, I agree to regulations. So, like in tourism industry, manufacturing industry, construction industry, you have to have regulations and rules for the industry to benefit the stakeholders and the persons using the product or the service. So, in food industry, you do have the regulations about labeling and all of that, and that is for our safety. So just the same way with Airbnb, we do need regulations so that we can protect the safety of persons who will be using it, using the service, right? You also need some rules in place so that you don't have mayhem and you don't have, I mean, seriously, when there are no rules or regulations in place, humans do what they want to do and you will have mayhem. Those of us who are in the space, we try to operate, yes, within a sort of a framework that we have built for ourselves, you know, just like with any other business that you're in. There are some pitfalls some potholes that you jump into because you never see the pothole. But when you do know that the pothole is there now, next time you're driving that route, you try to avoid the pothole unless you're distracted and you're still jumping it, like what happens to me all the time.
You calling government regulations potholes?
No, no, no. I'm saying the regulations are important in any industry, whether it be Airbnb, which is part of the real estate industry, food industry, construction industry. There needs to be rules and regulations. Sorry, in construction, we kind of don't have tightened regulations in construction, but we need them. So I don't have a problem with them. Come with all the rules and regulations that they want to come with. And if you're operating in the space, so just like there are certain industries, I can't go into food industry unless I'm prepared to do X, Y, Z. I must be prepared to do those things. So when the regulations come in, if you're prepared to do X, Y, Z, then you come into the Airbnb industry. If not, find another industry. Sorry, everybody. Oh, Safi, hi, that was Zaven. It's under somewhere. But that little one was actually Zaven. Tony, I think I need some water. Yeah, he looks like Zaven looks like me actually. And I tell you, he acts like me too. So yes, Dwayne, you need regulations. Do you have to have an account with NHT? That I don't know. I will check on that this week. I'll call them up and find out about these building plans and see if I can actually access it and let you know. You saw JN doing the joint finance. Kenrick, it's the same thing they had before. Used to call it para pursuit. So it's the same thing basically, where you can join your NHT loan with a Jamaica national loan. So if you're getting 7.5 from NHT and you want to borrow 5 million from JN and put it together and get 12 million. Am I correct? 7.5 and 5, 12 million, 12.5 million. Then and buy a house, you can do that. You could also do that before with Join or NHT and Jamaica National, Victor Mutual, First Caribbean, all these companies, we do that all the time. What's making the difference now is that over a certain income bracket, you will go directly to the bank. The bank does everything, which some banks were already doing that. Under a certain income stream, you still go to NHT direct. So if you're only getting the loan, if you're only taking a 7.5 from NHT or combined 15 million from NHT, you will still go directly to NHT. If you're taking more, then you will interface only with the bank. So it's not really a change as far as I'm concerned. It is doing the same thing. The only difference now is that the money that you borrow from NHT, the 7.5, will now be disbursed from the bank because the NHT wants to keep their money to do construction of homes for the lower income persons. So NHT wants to keep their capital so that they can use it to build low income housing, which I think that's a good thing. Because the NHT have access to free lands from the government of Jamaica, and they're at an advantage, really. Different from a developer who has to go and purchase this land. The NHT, they're at an advantage because they can get land from the government. So Tony, our homework is to actually call up the NHT and see how we can access the floor plan,
Okay.
the house plan from them, and then let everybody know on Sunday. Oh, hi Jennifer. Hi Ali. Jennifer says England is getting cold now already in September. Oh yes, back in the day when I went to England in August, it was freezing already. Well, for me, it was freezing. It was cold in August when I went. So yes, getting cold. And Jennifer agrees with me. Regulations are important. Humans need to be regulated so that we don't go off on a tangent of our own or off on a frolic of our own, as they would say. And besides, the Airbnb is one of those industries that makes, millions of dollars for Jamaica. Millions of dollars. Thank you, Tony. So you really want to see if you can streamline and tighten up. And Airbnb, for some persons say in Jamaica that the government is not Airbnb friendly. I don't think so. The government is Airbnb friendly. After all, it is a big part of our economy, making money, and not just the people at the top, but the people at the lower, the middle, and the upper can make money. It's an industry that is wide open. You can enter the market, by either having a property or having access to a property. I don't know how they're going to come with that regulation now, whether the person needs to actually own the property or they can show that they have permission from the owner of this property. But it should be regulated. And any one of you here can enter that market. It's wide open, right? So Jennifer agrees with me. Airbnb does need to be regulated. 3-bed ceiling fan, Miss D, what is the floor type made of at that Brunswick Village? The floor type?
Yeah.
Limestone, marble, porcelain tiles. It's porcelain. Our video went out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's porcelain, 3-bed ceiling fan. It's not, it's two. Is it porcelain? Are you sure?
I think so.
Or is ceramic? You need to check?
Yeah, it could be ceramic too.
You need to check what it is?
It was like a 14 by 14 tiles.
Or some big tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Great news for persons who want to have a serious business, not just for quick cash. Well, I think most persons want quick cash in business if they can. I mean, a quick cash business is just to go sell water, quite frankly, or to go sell sweetie and bag juice. That's a quick cash business, and it can become a very, very lucrative business. I remember when I used to sell fabric and I used to have to hustle up and down downtown. You had a gentleman down there who actually built the carts and rent them out to the men. Rent them out, collecting money daily. You want a card for rent? Come here, sir. You're gonna pay X amount a day. Go and push your card, make your money, pay me the rental. Quick cash. That could easily be a good business, as you say. Non-regulated though. No, they regulated it eventually because you had to get a license plate to put on the card.
Oh.
Yes, they did eventually. I remember when that came about. Yeah, they had to have a little license plate to put on the card. So they had to, so they did regulate it eventually where it was registered. You had to go register the card. Tony, okay, maybe you should drink some water.
No, something's irritating my nose since I came back.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So another question. So and yeah, we want business that give us quick cash, man. We don't want business that we have to wait forever. So not because it give you quick cash don't mean it's not serious business, man. Each other business in Jamaica is a cash cow. Gas station, petrol station, cash cow. Them get them those businesses are.
I know if they can't credit the gas.
No, buy the gas cash. Which other business is a cash cow? I'm thinking here.
Extra lessons for teachers.
Extra lesson business for teachers.
We still reach it as I prepared myself.
And now that Xander is in school, I'm learning. I'm thinking to myself, this book buying business, I think it's a cash cow to it. Okay, and let me not just start on that one. Because I really seriously, I'm thinking to myself, is this the kind of outlay of capital for books, you know?
Not only that, too, he's going to be 3, and we his books cost so much already.
Yeah, he's 2, and his book we're buying books for this kid who can't even read what's in the book, and it's literally burning. I'm like, no, seriously, I feel really strong about it, Tony.
I know. I know. I feel like because we spent so much money on books, I'm like, he needs to be able to fully read.
Yeah,
by the end of the year.
If the better. If he is not reading by when school finished, July.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. Me just go get mad and crazy, man. Say no.
And you remember you got upset that he got homework, and you're like, but the teacher skipped 4 pages
in the book. They're jumping all over this book. And then this homework is you have to do the homework. I don't but well. When him learn little things, him know him numbers and his colors now, but I don't know. I think the books are overkill. How can I get a mortgage in JA live in the UK? I have a TR and a JA passport. Enigma, sure, but the JA passport is not such a thing that we need here. What we need is your income, proof of income. Your taxes must be paid because they're going to ask you for a tax return. You must also have, they're going to ask you for your credit report simply because they want to see what you're paying for to gauge your expenditure. They're not too looking at the score. What they're looking for is all the things that you're paying for every month that is on that credit report. Mm-hmm. That's what they're looking for because they're trying to determine your debt service ratio, right? They also want your most recent pay slip. So those of you who are employed, your recent pay slips, 2 or 3 of those, your job letter from your company, your tax return, and your credit return, your credit report. Those of you self-employed, they're going to ask you for the tax return, and they're going to go deep with the tax return too. I think there is another part of the tax return that they have to get that just outlines everything. And the same thing, a credit report. With purpose, so whose interest rate is used for JN or NHT? Well, they use the NHT interest rate for the portion that you're getting from NHT, and they use the interest rate for the portion that you're getting from Jamaica National. Now, what is sticky is that when you go to NHT, there's a 4%, I believe, that NHT charges to process the loan. But nobody sees the 4% because it is added to the loan. You don't have to pay the 4% up front. That's a 4% of the 7.5 million or the 3.5 million, whatever you're borrowing. When you go to the bank, however, Whatever rates the banks are charging, at 3%, 2%, 4%, 5%, whatever it is they're charging for this loan, you will have to pay that on the loan. Now, that's the tricky part. But if you're going to NHT alone, and my people, if you qualify for your NHT, for heaven's sake, use it. Just use it. Stop fooling around with that money. That money is so cheap, it's a no-brainer for you to use it. And you really need to use it when you're earning a little bit of money. Not when your pay get big. When your pay get big, you're gonna pay 5%. When you're earning monkey money, you're gonna pay 0% interest and 1% interest. Come on, the money easy to forget. Especially those of you who are self-employed. Get your act together and get on the tax system so that you can get your NHT benefit. You cannot do it without NHT. If you're self-employed, those of you running to the bank, you're going to find that you run into a brick wall with the bank when you're self-employed. Tony, tell them about it.
It's not a brick wall.
What is it? It's not a brick wall. It's a paper wall.
No.
You can't easily penetrate it.
No, it's more like corrugated plastic. You have to do some work to get through it.
Corrugated plastic. Corrugated cardboard. Oh, no, plastic cardboard. You can't kick it down.
Mm-hmm.
Or corrugated blocks.
Yeah, or something like that. But yep, it's possible, but you have to be doing your due diligence before you reach them.
Yeah. You have to cross all your I's and dot all your T's before you approach a bank when you're self-employed. When you're self-employed, you go to the National Housing Trust. It's 1, 2, 3 because NHT wants to give you this money. They don't want to keep the money. They really do. I tell you, that is one company, National Housing Trust, that wants to give you the loan. Go on, take the loan, go build your house.
But that's their mandate.
Yeah. Take the loan and go build your house. I can buy your land, guys. They want to give the money. We can't stress that enough. The banks love payslip. When I say life fluctuating. The banks love a payslip. If you have payslip, no problem. So those of you planning to jump out and go be self-employed, get the loan before you go jump out. Wouldn't you tell them that?
Mm-hmm.
Get the loan before. Easy to get loans when you have payslip, when you're self-employed.
Mom, you added perfume before you sat down, don't you?
No, I didn't.
You sure?
Positive.
There's something that's making my eyes water.
Your eyes?
From you?
No, it's not from me. Maybe it could be the makeup.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be the, if I ask your sister what you put on your eye. But drink some water, man, to lessen there. Which bank is ideal? Which bank is ideal to get a mortgage when it comes to interest rate? Boy, Cheryl, that I couldn't tell you. That I couldn't tell you. Basically, the rule of thumb with banks, use a bank that will give you the loan. Some banks are very stringent with debt service ratio and all kind of things that just, you can't get past them.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Them debt service ratio is too low. So one bank debt service ratio will be 30%, another one 35, another 45, another 50. The one that's 50% is stand a better chance. Because 50% debt service ratio means 50% of your income can be used to service debt. The one with 30% means 30% of your income can be used to service debt. So if you are earning 90,000 per month, for argument's sake, and one of them say 30% debt service ratio, is only 30,000 you can use to service debt. So if you have a car loan that is already paying using 30,000 per month to pay for the car, you can't get no more loan. But another company will say 50% is debt service ratio. And then that means if you're earning 90,000, 45,000 out of that can be used to pay that. So you're 30,000 for your car loan, and then you have 15,000, which can service another debt. So they can give you some kind of loan where 15,000 is the mortgage. So when I'm taking loans, I don't look at the interest rate. It's who will give me the loan. In other words, who under whose systems. There are also some banks that will tell you, oh, Claudia, you're self-employed. I'm going to use 2 years in the back income.
Mhm.
2 years in the back, I may have only been earning $20. And last year, I earned $100. And then I use my income 2 years in the back, $20 to see. I'm saying, suppose it is a reverse. Suppose 2 years in the back, I was earning $100. And now I'm only earning $20. How does that make sense? Doesn't make any sense to me, right? Another one will tell you, Claudia, you're self-employed. So even though you earned $100 last year, we're only going to say you earned $50. Duh. So what they have done now, them cut your pay in half, So they're using the $50 for your debt service ratio. So your debt service ratio now, if their debt service ratio is 50%, then they're only now going to say, oh, you can only use $25 to service debt. Whereas if they were using the full $100, I would have $50 to service debt. So you see, it's not about the interest rates. Put your thing in front of all of them and let them tell you how much you're going to lend you. Each bank have their own appetite for risk. With self-employed, them appetite very low. Appetite very low. Also, if you're up in an age, appetite very low. You have to take the loan when you're employed. You have to take the loan when you're young, right? No, I don't think they should be risk averse with self-employed. Self-employed people are very resilient. That's why they're self-employed, or they wouldn't survive.
Mhm.
You understand? They know how to make money, how to wheel money, or whatever. They're not disciplined to put all the money in the bank to show you that they're earning this money, but the money is there somewhere, right? So, Egnima, you can get loan in Jamaica. I'll repeat, self-employed, you're going to need your tax returns. Every single piece of the tax return, I'm going to dig down. You also need to have your credit report, and of course, the regular stuff like your ID and so on. If you're employed, you're going to need a job letter, and you'll need last 2 or 3 months pay slip from your company. The credit unions, I don't know if they still have this thing, but the credit unions require that you have 10%. You must always have 10% shares or something. I don't know if it's of what you're borrowing or what, but you must always have a 10% money in there, inside of their company. So Cheryl, when it comes to interest rates, I personally don't look at interest rates because I can tell you when interest rates are falling, all of them will fall their interest rates. When interest rates are going up, they will all put up the interest rates. So whether you're with Jamaica National, BNS, VMBS, anybody you're with, you still are gonna get the increase in the interest rates. That's just how they are.
Can't get a fixed rate?
No, variable rate in Jamaica.
Oh.
The key with the mortgage though is to pay it off as fast as you can and get rid of them. That's the key.
How you pay it off faster?
A couple ways you can pay it off faster. Like you can pay an extra month every year, pay it off faster. That's one way of doing it. Or you can 2 times out of the year, you can go to them with a lump sum and say, put this on my principal. But some banks, again, you have to give 3 months notice that you're going to do that. You can't just send it to them like that. You have to give them 3 months notice that 3 months time, I'm going to put $1 million on my principal. No, nobody is disciplined enough to send them that and tell them. It's in the fine print, but nobody reads it. So they're just banking on you not being disciplined. So you pay the monthly money for 30 or 40 years. Melly, Airbnb also sell experience, city tours, etc. as well as it need to be regulated. Yes, need to be regulated. Hello, ladies. I'm late, but I'm here. Hi, Sophia. Sophia have a nice picture. Smiling. Aliyah. Sometimes the aesthetics is not tasteful. That is important, true. I guess you're talking about Airbnb, right? Regarding regulations, thanks. Yes, the regulations. But I don't want the Prime Minister and the Minister of Tourism say, Claudia Davis, so must have regulations.
Nobody does say that wrong.
So we're going to have regulations, you know. Why everybody talking about Airbnb today? Airbnb, I give hotel, I run for them money. Last year, 30% of foreigners use Airbnb. That's why they must sell all the Airbnb must license. Government want money out of the Airbnb then. So do it. Do it. Government needs income to run a country. That's not just our government, that's all governments. Where's the income going to come from? It can come from a couple things. It can come from the people in the form of taxes, which is what most governments do, right? It can also come from investments, like if the country have oil or them have other investments, some country are offshore banking and all those things. So they make enough money from their investments to to run the country and pay the civil servants that you need. You and I need the civil servants to run certain places, like your schools, your hospitals, your government services. So, Dwayne, a country needs income from all sources. So, would you prefer you are an employed individual and the government box for 30% of your money? You don't even see it and take it before it go in your bank account. And the persons who actually running Airbnb and making money, not paying their fair share, Dwayne. Is that what you want? What the rest of you think? Is that what you really want? Mm. Um, the government takes income taxes, and the income tax will apply. So if the person running the Airbnb makes 1.5 million or less, they pay no income tax. If their income for the year is not gross income net, so after them taking the Airbnb money, pay the person to clean, pay the gardener, pay this, pay that. After that, they only earn 1.5 million, which is their income, they will not pay any taxes because Jamaica have a threshold of 1.5 million earnings. Anything under that, no tax. But if the Airbnb owner earns above 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million, so let's say them earn 3 million. They subtract the 1.5 million first, and the income tax to be applied will only be 25% of 1.5, not 25% of 3 million net. So the same rules apply to the Airbnb owner, just like it applied to any other citizen in Jamaica. You're earning under 1.5 million a year, which is what? 100 how much? Tony, do the maths. 1.5 divided by how much? Because sometimes the Airbnb person might not even be making all that money. But them jumping paycheck to paycheck, just like me and you, but them just don't know it. So do we? So if their earnings is 125,000 per month, after they have paid this, pay that, and then they pocket them only get 125,000. That is their income, and they will not pay any income tax because they're at a 1.5 million or below, right?
Is that the case though?
With what?
With the Airbnb. Because if I was the government, I would just take the tax at the start from Airbnb and then hand it over to the government instead of relying on the persons to pay it over at the end when they're filing taxes.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I would take it like they're employed.
Yeah, the government is going to take it before, just like what they do with the YouTube money and swipe it out before. But the government is going to take it before, and then you have to go file a tax return and show the government that I had to pay the gardener and I had to pay the cleaner and I had to buy supplies for toilet paper and this and that. And I did not make 1.5. I only made 100,000 for the whole year. Yeah, you can do that and claim it back. Claim back the money.
Seems like a lot of work though.
Well, government, you think the government are idiot? Government smart. Them know much money I circulate. So Dwayne, Jamaica, what Jamaica make money from?
Tourism.
Bauxite. Bauxite. We make the $20 from each tourist coming into. I'm talking about the government themselves,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which other industry the government makes money from that them themselves? Those income, that income is not enough to support Jamaica's economy. So we have to take taxes from the people, right? Other countries like Cayman don't take taxes from the people because Cayman makes money from other things, other investments. And you have other countries like that as well, right? I'm sure the oil rich countries to probably don't even take income tax. And them a sell a whole heap of oil and them can maintain themselves. But the way and that's it. You live in a country where the government need a tax. Them will tell you that too. Them need it. Jennifer says you cannot go around the credit check. It is now standard by the Bank of Jamaica. Right. Have to do the credit check. Exactly. Use it with the bank you're paying more. Use it. Use it with the bank. Not so sure. Self-employed. The bank need 2 years worth of everything. Yes, Melly. Dig right down their business. I
Plus
left
your
granny
left
teeth.
lung.
I left granny teeth. Them one.
Plus your left lung.
Plus your left lungs. Want everything from you. It's a stringent process, guys. So you just have to have your accountant, know your income, know your expenditure, do your tax returns, file the taxes, let them know. Um, and sometimes I'm going to look at the tax returns and say, and I look for you and I say, you earn so much money. Because remember, sometimes a person's looking at your load thing. He's earning way less than you.
They usually are.
They usually are. And then I look at it and say, so much money. And then them start to dig, them want proof of that. So not only them want the tax return, as she says, them want the bank statement for go through now and see every single dollar that comes in and every single money that goes out.
Mm-hmm.
And if your bank income is not a proper source, so in other words, like we get commission from selling real estate. So the money is going into our account. We make commission checks coming in from lawyers and owners and so on. So we have the proof of where it's coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let us say you're push cart on the road and you earn 50,000 for the day, you got lodge it in your account, you earn like 15 days, you lodge it in your account, and so on. Them are going to really seriously want to know, you really are earning 50,000 a day from pushing cart?
Yeah. Especially during Christmas.
Yeah. Yes, Tony, say with a straight face. So the source of fund is important. Tony, I think we need some light. We're getting dark. All right. Self-employed. Plus, Melly, I agree with you. Plus, oh, Melly said, plus your left lungs. Yeah, it's better. Jennifer says, very true. You need to ensure you're paying your taxes, register your business, self-employed. Well, you don't have to register a business, but you definitely, guys, have to get that money in your bank account, and you have to keep proper records. So you can keep doing records, and you can say, John, you send John an invoice, and John pay you 50,000. You stamp on it, paid in cash, and you lodge it in your bank account. And it must say paid by John. And when you're doing those things now, when you're doing lodgements, so you can put little notes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're transferring money.
Yeah, I can put a notation.
So you can put a notation on it, as to where you got the money from. So that when they're checking back and them go look for your invoicing, them can say, yes, him invoiced John today for push the cart. And he delivered John's goods today and him invoiced John for $50. And then John pay him cash and him lodge the money cash in the bank. But again, it's a discipline. It is the discipline. You must have a discipline. To do these things to get around the bank. Now, you're not getting around the bank, you have to use the bank to leverage. Can't make money if you don't know if you use a bank. If you're born poor, you don't have a rich uncle, you don't have a godfather with money, the bank is your godfather. So you have to use a bank to leverage you with money, right? Jane Bank interest is ideal. Yes, Jane Bank interest is ideal. Although them lick me with an interest rate increase the other day. When they lick me, them lick Tony. Tony a ball about that. Tony run and come a ball and get the letters and mom, imagine. just get the loan and look here.
I know, but I feel like for those persons who are right at their tilt already, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna push them over the edge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a phone beeping.
Someone's calling me.
Yeah, it's gonna might push them over the edge. Scotiabank is doing very good deals. Yes, Scotiabank. All right. Who is going to give me the loan? I'm going with that bank. Yeah, whoever gives you the loan, run with it. Because everybody have them different policies and hurdles that you have to jump. Some of them easier to jump than others. Like one bank I know that definitely not 20 self-employed is CIBC. You have to come with a pay slip. But maybe they will look at other person self-employed. They'll look at businesses that probably they have the bank account for the business so they can see the ins and outs. I was able to get loans from CIBC even though at the time I was employed. So it was easy. All right, dancehall entertainment news. My mom lives here in America over 18 years. Can she pay NHT for a year and still get the benefits? I also want to start paying mine so we can come together and buy something. I bought a house already. Dancehall entertainment. NHT is really not for persons who have a house already. It's for persons who are first time homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your mom lived overseas 18 years. At first, I knew they were saying it was 2 years for persons who live overseas. I don't know if that's changed. Need to also look at that. So persons who lived overseas usually had to wait 2 years. Interest rate is 5%. It gets kind of tricky. The older you are, the more you're going to have to pay monthly for the mortgage and the less money you can afford for a mortgage, right? The younger you are, the less you pay per month and the more money you can afford for a mortgage, right? Because you're younger, you have a longer time to pay. That's what they look at. Now you have to weigh dancehall entertainment. You have to weigh the pros and cons of this. And is she giving 7.5, 7.5? That is 50 million in all. Let us say you could get the mortgage now. What could 15 million buy now? And you wait 1 year from now, 2 years from now. What can 15 million buy then? 2 years from now. So if you have not contributed to the NHT, I don't know if it really suits you unless you're very young dancehall entertainment and your mom is also very young. Let us say she went at age 20. She's now 38. And if she's working, I do believe, and you're working, say you're in the States, you suppose you can qualify for a mortgage. What you can do is WhatsApp us and put it to a mortgage officer and see how much mortgage, how much loan they will give you. The thing with real estate is that you have to buy the real estate now. Any real estate you see today, next year the price is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real estate is something that you always buy now. So once you decide that you're going to buy, you just go ahead and buy it. Once you get in the loan, you go ahead and buy it. So Jennifer says your age for getting a mortgage is a factor. Yes, it is. Older you are, the less your mortgage worthy, as they would say. So when I reach 60, I will only have 10 years for a mortgage. And I would say when I reach 60, I don't know what I would be doing taking out a new mortgage. You doing it? There's no way. I don't know what I'd be doing. I want to go enjoy myself, right up and down my ass back and go sit down and touch my toe in the sea. I don't want to have no burden of no mortgage.
Mortgages can be such a noose at times.
Yeah, it can be a noose, right? So you have to take the mortgage when you're young. So those of you listening to me here now, if you have never taken a mortgage, you have an income, take a mortgage and buy something. You can buy Palmetto Pines land and put it down. 6.5 million for a piece of 3,000 square foot land. And there, if you don't use your NHT, use it. Tony, we must show them what's selling for 7.5. Maybe. Okay. I'll show you. What If my mom can, is her TRN still valid to do so? Yes. The TRN is valid for lifetime. Same number, no change to it. It doesn't expire. What don't the banks offer fixed rates in Jamaica? No, they don't. Not for mortgage. Variable rates. Hello, Claudia and Tony. Miss D just sent you an email. Marka. Kadisha Swaby. Oh, that's not your real name. Name is Marka. All right. We look out for it. Won't finish off live. We'll look at it. Good evening, everyone. And also, I'm late, but I'm here. Hi, Birdie. Thank you for joining us, Birdie. Safi says, Andrew. Who's Andrew? What's Andrew?
Prime Minister.
That's his new name? The right, Safi, the right honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, announced that Highway 2000, Safi, I know is in the interest of typing, they make it shorter, right? Announced that Highway 2000 that currently ends at Marmy Bay will be extended to Trelawney. It will be a continuation of the toll road. Didn't think it was possible. That was announced long time. Safi, we're looking forward to it. It was announced long time. So they're going to extend the current road that's there. And they're also going to give you a highway. So you don't have to exit and come onto the north coast again. You just continue on the highway to Trelawney. Game changer. Boom. What do you think? The people in Trelawney can now drive and go shopping at Portmore, at Price Mart, or Kingston, at Price Mart. Game changer. Thinking. It opens up the corridor. We're gonna have accidents on that road like crazy. They're gonna speed. But it's a game changer if you can jump from, for me personally, guys, when the highway came, I was now able to, I was selling in Portmore, Spanish Town at the time, and St. Andrew. I was able to just flash go North Coast, sell 2 house, and flash come back to Kingston. It was a game changer for me. I'm not tell a lie. It was a game changer. It opened up and it met more money, right? It also opened up my eyes to what the North Coast looked like. I didn't know what it looked like. Now I know it like the back of my hand. But it allowed me to play in more than one market. So I can play on the North Coast market. I can play in St. Andrew. I can play back in St. Catherine. I can play. So now, the machete go Trelawney. So now I can maybe go Mobile. We can go play in a Mobile now. And if them shut it right around the island, ta-da! Game changer. Just like how that new road is going in St. Thomas to Portland. So I cannot go over on that side now. I mash up the place. What do you think? Yeah.
It's going to open up Portland to a lot more persons.
Yeah, man. And St. Thomas to a lot more. I love it. So, yeah. So, yes, he did announce that. Marmy Bay. And they have also now almost there. Well, I guess they're there, but they're tidying up the roads. So the road that end at Maypen, that Maypen roundabout right there, that road has continued into Mandeville. Remember, we used to sell in Mandeville too. We used to sell in Mandeville too. So now we can now go back and play in Mandeville.
So they're going to cut out that.
We cut out Porous and the whole of that. No more juicy beef here. Yeah, them cut out Porous, Melrose Hill. I think they still jump on a piece of Melrose, or you cut cross it, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you cut out, literally cut out. I don't mind paying the money. I make more
money.
What
about that steep road?
That's Melrose Hill.
Oh, that's Melrose
Yeah,
Hill.
I think you cut that out. I'm not so sure. But you certainly bypass Porous. And you bypass what is the name, man? We have Milk River. I don't even know the name of that place.
Milk River.
But they cut out the one of them patrol and people are jumping in front of you and da.
And when a truck in there.
Yeah, that's fine. I love it. I mean, I just love the new roads and the highways and everything. Those of you who live overseas already are not used to that. But we're not used to that. But Jamaicans make use of it. So if you're a tradesman or you're whatever, make use of the highways and so on. get your work going, learn new places, open up your market space, right? Also, those of you in Airbnb, certainly the road will make it more simpler now. So you can have an Airbnb Mobile, one at Trelawney, one at Draxal, one at Town. You can have it all about the place, friend. That's good. That's very good, Safi. You didn't think it was possible. Why you didn't think it was possible, Safi? I don't think it's possible. Anything is possible with the Chinese being here. Nah, let me just say it.
They have years of experience.
Years of experience. They have been there, done it. It's like you having a 200-year-old grandfather with a whole bag of truckload of money at your disposal. Use it to
And
your
not only
benefit.
that, they've done it
Yeah.
in their country.
Yeah. And since them come here, me see some serious equipment, crane up in the sky. Me, I wonder, say, how on earth? Them there's something that stay up in the sky without drop down. Since they have been here, yes, and they have given us some serious skyscrapers too. But yeah, game changer with the since the Chinese have been here. Some of you will say, "Oh, Miss D, you never come take over the place," and well, the universe don't like gaps. So why would you think they're coming to take over the place unless you plan to run and leave it to them?
But if the Chinese didn't come and do infrastructure in Jamaica, who was coming to do it?
Yeah,
I don't see any Jamaicans doing it to that extent.
Yeah, we're 60 years old. Who's going to
As
come?
a nation, we would have been left behind in the 90s hadn't the Chinese and the French come and build roads and infrastructure.
Yes, the French came first and started. Actually, the French, they're the ones who did the Portmore Lake, right? Portmore to Vineyards. So, which is Old Harbor. And then I think they're the ones who went all the way to make Pentwina, if memory served me. Yeah. And then they started the leg for north south, couldn't complete it because of the terrain and all of that, whatever excuses they came with. The Chinese just come and look on that and say, "Oh, now Joe, come on. Boom, 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 boom." And I know time we have like, guys, I tell you have to partner. You have to partner, right? Don't be afraid of partnering because you don't have everything in your grip. You one can have all the knowledge. So
and partnering get it done faster.
Get it done quicker. The Prime Minister in his wisdom is trying. They're not just the Prime Minister, the government of Jamaica. They're trying their very best to open up the space so that more of us will see the vision, see the light, make use of the opportunities. In our book club today, we are still on The Richest Man in Babylon. He talks about it. Says everybody have the opportunities right there in front of them. But it's who is prepared to make use of these opportunities will make the difference. Who is prepared? Are you prepared? You have to be prepared. You can either think to yourself, my glass half empty, now what am I gonna do? Or you can think your glass is half full. I know you can fill it up some more. Right? So everything is a mindset. So, Safi, those are my thoughts, and I want these roads all around this island. Zip, zip, zip. I don't mind paying the toll. One less burger, one less KFC. Pay the toll, I'm gone. Plus, me drive all a fast car now, man. Make it can't shot. But remember temper myself, speed limit. But yeah, just use the roads, guys. Use the roads. And in using those toll roads is some of the times I come up with my best ideas. Because it's me and Tony alone. We're driving. We're listening to either music, or we're listening to some motivational stuff, or we're listening to books. Which book were we listening to the other day? We listened to books on how to write stories. Before that,
before listening to that, it's called storytelling.
Storytelling, right? And before that, we were doing a YouTube book. Right. So listen to your books on audio. When you're on those roads, there's nothing to distract you. You don't have to look for a stoplight and a dog run across the road. Although sometimes I do. Less distraction, right? So you can really focus and listen to you listen to a podcast or somebody talking about something that you are interested in. It's really, really good. And if you can afford it, you just jump on the highway just to drive, just to listen to your book. Because maybe you can't do it at home. Busy. People like Xander's even about them at nice ahead. So just do it. The highway is there. It's a game changer. Um, you drive. You can use it as a teaching experience for your children. Let them know what other parts of Jamaica look like. Right. Melly says Jamaica tax is not doing what it's supposed to do to build up infrastructure. Not enough street lights, bad roads, etc. That's the downside. Melly, the downside is that most persons in Jamaica do not pay taxes. That's the truth. The few that pay taxes have the burden. A lot of the self-employed don't pay taxes, right? It's a few that pay have the burden. So is the government collecting enough taxes really to do these things? I think they collect taxes, but I think part of it is waste, one. And part of the waste, we don't collect enough taxes. So if you need 500,000 to do what you really need to do, they don't collect the 500. Them collect 200, but you still have waste. So 100 waste, so them really only have 100. Maybe if them they collect 500 and waste 250,000, we'd still have 250,000 for the what we need. But we don't. So they have to take these loans to build the infrastructure. What they're currently doing now is actually improving the hospitals. That's another thing that they're doing, which is a very good move. Dr. Tufton is in charge of that one. And they're rebuilding where they need to retrofit hospitals and so on.
That's good.
That's very, very good. Game changer. What I want them to do, the same thing in the schools. But they don't get there yet. But you have to get there for your own child because our schools are a mess. That's what I will agree with. But in terms of our infrastructure, in terms of our buildings, I'm very proud of our buildings. Some countries earning more than we. I'll have iron money to have the place pop down. I kid you not. You guys travel and don't know who we're talking about. Don't put it on this chat though, but you know who we're talking about. Them have everything, but them have no good building. The existing North Coast expansion may still go ahead for only address traffic hotspots like Discovery Bay, CLM, Prairie, and Draxal via bypass. All development will be in the benefit for what's NC? North Coast. Yeah. There's no hotspot in Discovery Bay.
I know people keep saying that.
People keep saying that. That's not true. The only traffic bottleneck is at Draxal and Ocho Rios, I would say, and also Prairie. There's no bottleneck at Salem, Runaway Bay, or Discovery Bay. None whatsoever. I know. I travel the route all the time, and at various hours too. Prairie is a bottleneck because you have the pudding man. People stop to buy the pudding, block out part of the road, and a stoplight is there that makes no sense because the persons coming from Prairie itself is just 1 and 2 vehicle.
You sound passionate about it.
Yeah, man. And then when you get to, so here where the traffic start back up now. It's not Discovery Bay. It is when I'm driving smooth sailing, not Discovery Bay, not Runaway Bay. Where you come from? Not Richmond there, so. You come to Richmond stoplight quite fine. But it's when you reach a Prairie now, that's when you start to bottleneck. That's if you're going to Ochi. So you bottleneck at Prairie again because of the man right there. And the stoplight is right there. I don't even know if you need a stoplight right there. And then they need to take those vehicles off the two sides of the roads and let them find somewhere to park, right?
I'm wondering where they're going to find the road.
They should put them to park on the side road or on the slip road.
Oh.
The police should insist on that. No parking on the main. Park on the slip road or park on the side road where the dairy, that factory that sells the milk is. Or park on the slip road where the infirmary is. Right? That's where they should park. Then, when you leave there, so now you're coming to St. Anne's Bay. Right? St. Anne's Bay roundabout. You may have a bottleneck there sometimes. If you're going in, you have a bottleneck. You're going out, you don't have a bottleneck. The next bottleneck starts now when you're approaching Draxal. And again, that is because they have 2 stoplights back to back. So you have one at KFC that stops you. right? And you have one at right at Draxa, right at the next where Vista Del Mar and that is stops you.
There's a
Then
stoplight there, sir.
you go again, and then the roundabout is gonna stop you, boy. That need for sort out. And then going into Ochi, of course, that's gonna stop you because you have a four-way intersection that is moving. Everybody's moving slow and da, right? So the bottleneck is really between Ocho Rios and Priory stoplight, right at the infirmary. When you fly through that, smooth sailing, smooth sailing. When you fly through that, so it's there. So the bottleneck is.
But
And if I was the prime minister, I would know how to solve that without opening road, widening road. I could solve that.
but maybe they're planning for the future. Remember, you get some more hotels and stuff coming,
Yes, but
and the entertainment zone, and
right.
preparing for everything.
And also, you know what cause a bottleneck too for us? So you have some men now, taxi men mostly. Them reach St. Anne's Bay. They make a right turn into St. Anne's Bay, the town of St. Anne's Bay, and come back out up at the top. I do it sometimes too, because I know I'm going to beat traffic. Come on. They shouldn't allow us to do that. They shouldn't allow
But how are they going to know you're going to do
shouldn't
that?
allow a right turn there. Just like how in Kingston, there's no right turn at Devon House. They shouldn't allow us to make a right turn. What we do, they should put a sign there that says left turn only. And then once they put that there, wouldn't have no problem. But I guess we need the stoplight at the KFC for sure. So that could do with some widening, but again, I don't know you're going to solve that with widening of a road because you're gonna have two lanes still coming. You still have the stoplight. It's a stoplight that causes the traffic, you know.
Yeah, but maybe they'll move
You
some
have to
stoplights
stop.
and some stuff.
I'm not moving, can't move a stoplight. Listen. You have to stop. So the stoplight plus all the Draxa, you have to stop. So that's how we hold you. Um, maybe them need something like a roundabout. So when you reach a roundabout, you walk on left, just like the one at St. Anne's
What
Bay.
they should probably do is where Draxall Man and Draxall Estate is, instead of making them come straight up there, so make them continue on the slip road and come out at that stoplight at KFC. So route everybody there, so I remove that stoplight.
I remove that stoplight. I think you can't remove that stoplight there, you know. Because people coming out of Drax, out of Vista Del Mar, them have to turn right.
Mm-hmm.
And them are going to go left. So them still have to come across the light. You know,
Oh.
think you can move it. Neither the one at Boot Gas Station. So you see, it's the stoplights that really cause the some of them we have to live with. They are necessary. But what would be good, you put a flyover. You fly over the 3 stoplight. Them have a flyover like what we have at 6 mile and 3 miles, sorry. That would have solved part of that problem.
Mm-hmm.
But all those developments will be beneficial, right? But wait for the pain, you know, guys. You see the pain that the people, you hear them talking about over in St. Thomas now and Portland now, the pain with the road construction is the same pain. Dust all about.
So what you
Traffic all about. Road mash up and your car mash up. I'm hoping.
What are you going to do? Because you avoid St. Thomas and Portland.
Yeah, for that reason. What am I going to do for right now? I think I'm hoping that because the rich hotels are on that side,
yes,
the Rios and the Sandos and so on, the prime minister and his crew cannot go over there and farm fool of themselves. They have to have a good plan. You understand? Or those owners will be at come on. The prime minister don't want to get that phone call, right?
Because Sandals just open up.
Yep. So them have to have a better plan than what they had in St. Thomas and Portland. St. Thomas and Portland, they mash up the whole road, the whole stretch, dig up and mash up. For miles you're driving, you can't get a break.
And I just torture.
Yeah.
Torture driving.
Sheer torture. No way am I going over there. Them have to finish the road first. Then they must see me too.
I know you got like 2 punches going to.
Yeah, mash up on my front end. Maybe I spend thousands. Thousands of dollars.
Biggest income is from remittance and tourism.
Safi says, I wouldn't sell a house on North Coast for now, unless the price was 3 times what I paid. Really? So if you paid, so Safi, if you bought one of the Draxon Manors for 14 million, a 2 bed, 2 bath, you would sell it now. 14 times 3 is how much? 12, 42 million. You're saying that you would sell it now for 42 million. Is that what you're saying? Be very sure in a Safi, that's what you're saying. Be very sure that's what you're saying. Winston says, the biggest income is from remittance and tourism. Yes, it is. Remittance and tourism. Then I think construction. Yeah, that's the biggest income. Why can't the government put lights on the entire highway? No. Why only Mobile get it? Why is it costly? It's short-sighted. So much more people wouldn't be afraid. A nighttime economy would boost and road safety. Safi, that is my thinking too. Matter of fact, I have a pet peeve with them. That stretch between Miami Bay when you come off exit the roundabout and you make the right turn to go to Ocho Rios. Who thinks it's cute to have all these trees coming over the road like a canopy?
Where?
Somebody must think it cute. When you come out the roundabout at Draxal and you make the right turn to go into Ocho Rios, there are all these trees when I'm driving,
shade
I'm like,
lost signal.
I am praying that one of these limbs don't drop him on my car or come through my windscreen or something. Come on, Jamaica government. The Tourism Enhancement Fund should be used to remove those trees overhanging on that road. Remove the trees. There's no reason for those trees to be hanging over us like a canopy, like a tent where I drive under. The thing is of hazard. I'm serious. Those things are safety hazards. Not only that, it make the place dark. Seriously. When rain fall, the water can't dry out fast because the sun not reach it. It's not cute. You need to get rid of, and some of the tree them are rotten at the root. I'm serious. Come on, use the tourism money. You also, I agree with Safi. You're driving on the night from, I think at this, where it start from? I think a Prairie it starts, There's no street light. Them expect you to drive by a cat eye.
Well, there's no hotels either.
There are no hotels along the stretch. But I guess when hotels come along the stretch, they put in lights. But we need the street lights, man. Come on, guys.
Maybe
you have a whole
stretch. Will come.
Whole stretch. Entire stretch. Discover Bay to Trelawney. No lights. Like, why? Right? So we need the lights for real. And in this day and age with sun and solar, you don't even need to go GPS. You can put in solar lights. We'll have those on the Portmore to Kingston leg of the highway. Right? So put in the lights, man. Spend the money and do that, man. All right. So Jennifer says no proof. Jennifer says you need to register your business. Yes. It's a good accountant. Yes, Jennifer. 3-blade ceiling. What? We were supposed to talk about digital CBDC. What is that? CBDC. 3-blade ceiling fan. I don't remember that. What is CBDC? What is C? Tell me the acronym. What it means.
Interest. DC is digital currency.
CB. Interest rate increased here 8 times last year in Canada.
Wow.
Wow, Monica. Hope you're surviving the interest rate increases. I heard that in England they went up to double. Double. So if you had a 2%, you went to 4% and so on. So that means your mortgage is a double too. But you have to adjust yourself, guys. You hear the song, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack number over the candlestick. When you're in business, you have to be nimble. So when them go, yeah, you go. When them go left, you go right, and you go round, and you try to all kind of things.
But how do you adjust yourself?
Were you in the class today? Richest man in Babylon.
Yes, I was.
Income versus expenditure. So on the expenditure side is increasing. So what you do? If you can increase your income side quickly enough, what you must do? You must reduce your expenditure side. You have to look at your expenditure, guys. What is not necessary, cut it off. So you either increase the income on this side. So let us say income is rental income. Increase the rental income fast. If you can't do that, so sometimes you might have to cut one room in a two and put two people in instead of one. You know.
Yeah,
but you have to look on it and say, how can I increase the income fast to match this thing? If you can't increase the income fast, you have to jump up on the expenditure side and you have to decrease the expenditure fast. You have to. You have to find ways to get creative because I can assure you, which is man in Babylon say you have some fluff on the expenditure side.
Well, I'm gonna have to look at mine carefully.
Where you were in the class today?
Yeah.
All right. So go do the exercise. The exercise in the book club today was to back out your pen and paper, write up all your income or your Excel sheet, write down all your income from all sources, and write down all your expenditure from all sources. And look seriously to see if you have any fluff on the expenditure side that is not a necessary item. Must be necessary. Now, when Tony does the exercise, I'm sure one of the things she's going to come to me with is, Mom, you are paying for we're paying for Netflix. And I think Netflix is not a necessary expenditure. Sure, she's going to come with that. But go on, go do the exercise and let us see where you come up with. But that was the homework for the persons in the book club today. And it's a serious thing that you have to do. Before it overruns you, you may have to make some adjustments. So Monica, interest rates increased 8 times last year. You may have to make some adjustments in your necessary expenses.
Because I feel like we did it right. Increased income and then the mortgage increased just so you thought you were like, oh wow, I've increased the income. And then this mortgage came, more money. Just felt robbed.
But you felt robbed.
Because I worked so hard to get the extra income and then this bank just took it away.
Yeah, so you have to know either work double hard at getting more income, or you look at the expenses and kick off some of the things. But I can't tell you what's gonna happen. You want me to tell you what's gonna happen?
What?
You're gonna look at the expenditure and say, oh, but I need my Netflix. Oh, but I need my cable.
I do need Netflix and cable, but I'm not sure if I need it in Discovery Day. And that is where I'm gonna squeeze you.
No. You have a look on it. You can't squeeze me. You have a look on it and say, are these a necessary expenditure? You're gonna look on it and you're gonna realize, well, hold on. If you take with the camera them from X, Y, and Z property, you can't see nothing. Damn. If you take with Netflix, I'm gonna watch Carrington. I'm gonna watch Dynasty. Oh, on earth am I going to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger reruns?
I know, because right now I have to debate between Netflix and cable.
Right. You're going to say, how am I going to do without? Because the truth is, guys, you get used to a certain comfort and lifestyle. So even though the richest man in Babylon say, dump off the expenses that are not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
When you dump them off, you're going to feel poor. Hold on, them used to buy Trotter shoes, 150 US. Now them if I go buy shoes, and if I only have one shoes for $50 US, the shoes are gonna burn me. That's what's gonna reach you, right? You're gonna say, no man, we can't dump off that expense. So what you have to do is focus on the income side. I tell you, been there, done that. You have to focus on the income side, people. It is the income side that allows you to live comfortably.
Yes,
so you must focus on increasing the income coming into your purse. Richest man in Babylon say, you must have an income stream coming into your purse. And not only income that you work for, but it must be income that comes into your purse, whether you're sleeping, whether you're on vacation, whether you're just chilling out on YouTube Live. It's still coming into your purse.
But my thing is, it takes a while for you to develop that income stream that works for you, that extra income stream outside of your job.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it shouldn't take you more than 6 months to develop it if you're serious. Shouldn't take you more than 6 months. You have to focus on it. And you can't just start this income stream and then you jump off and you leave it. Because you say, try it now, make the money. Try it now, make the money.
Mhm.
Between conceptualization and you actually starting this thing, it should only be 3 months, really. If you're there thinking about it, oh, I wonder if I should have start a table tennis business. Oh, I wonder if I should have make some cat and rent them out.
Mhm.
I met the people and pay me the rental. I wonder if I should have go down we sink and buy a case of water and then give my friend them at some office and make them sell it back and start the way. I wonder if I should have by the time. So when you sit down and you just overthink these things. By the time you sit down and think about that, yes, and then you start to come with a negative. No, it not work, No, nobody to pick up the water. Ah, jeez. If I get up early out of my bed now, if I go to the man for make the cat, you start to do that. Before you know it, 3 months pass. You still not do nothing yet. And you still Jane still raise a mortgage for you. You still have the extra 20,000 for go pay. And you not start nothing yet. You don't even knock off some of the expenditure that not supposed to be there. You don't knock it off. People who make decisions quickly
Mhm.
are richer than persons who are slow to make decisions.
True.
Simply because the quicker you make the decision, everybody, the quicker you can fail and the quicker you can start over. Look at it that way. So if you say to yourself, more the water business, but you start the water business in 2 weeks and realize, oh, it's not going anywhere, boom, dump it.
And then dump it.
Yeah. So in another 3 months, you might start 10 business. One of them will come true for you.
The sooner you fall, so you can get up.
Yes, but you take so long to make a decision. Do I do this? Do I? Let me see a piece of this deal, a piece of land. Oh, let me should have buy it, sir. You did it till you see me there, palmetto pies, and then you call me and say, no, they've done enough. Come on, guys. You have to make decisions quickly and change your mind slowly. Also, I said it to somebody else this week. I said, you're not giving yourself enough time to succeed. You have to give yourself time to succeed. Them say it take 3 years or 5 years for a business to be successful. That's what they say. When I came into real estate in 2008, I only sold one property. Suppose me to jump out. 1%. One whole year of running. Sometimes I look back at it and I'm like, Claudia is a good thing. So you're tough boy. Because I don't know how you would have done it. I came in, I only sold one property. The second year I sold four. And the second year I sold four. And in that second year, I decided the year following that now, 2008 I started. And by 2010, I left my day job full time, just walked out and said, Claudia, you're going to sink or swim. That needs to happen to a lot of you. Somebody needs to kick you out of one job or kick you through the door, and then you're going to learn sense. The Tony, maybe that's what should I do with you.
Maybe.
All right. You have any more questions? I need to start a lesson.
You have a lot more, but
You serious? Too much traffic. Rob, hey, hello everybody. Got it. Thanks, dancer. Not so sure what was that dancer. I don't remember. Chinese in Africa too, right, Tony? No one else. Yeah, them all over. I meant to ask, why don't the banks offer fixed interest rates in Jamaica? Sure, I guess because the banks realize I'm in an inflationary economy, so them can go up and down with them interest rate and make more money.
it's not in their benefit.
It's not in their best interest to give you fix. Aliyah, Jamaica is experiencing the Renaissance. Everything new. Yes, Aliyah, everything new, and I'm glad I'm here to experience it. Thank you. China cannot take over Jamaica. The Monroe Doctrine make it impossible. Kenrick, you must enlighten us on the Monroe Doctrine. Don't remember that word, Monroe Doctrine. I need to go see what it means. Yeah, I need to go. After this, I'll go look it up. The Monroe Doctrine. Thanks, Kenrick, for introducing it. Everybody look it up, what it means. People are afraid of changes. Yeah. Or get another glass and full it too. Yes, Kay, get another glass and that, Mr. Man. Yeah, get the next glass and full it up. My mom is in her 60s and I am in my late 30s. She owns her house in America and I own mine in Jamaica. I didn't use NHG to build it. Doing it together wouldn't make the payment less. It would, but they would tell you You can't get the NHT loan again because you have a house already. But you can get 3.5 for home improvement. Okay, so pudding are rubbish, not saying that. Okay, I'm not a pudding person either. I don't like pudding. Wouldn't they use my age because she's older to make the payment and the mortgage years to repay less as well? They would use your age and give you the 40 years. Yeah, they would. I have a house already in a prime location on the north coast. But question, if you fear that your job might have downsizing, wouldn't I have to put extra thinking about using leverage to a new house? When I was downsizing, when I was going make all of us redundant, I went and got a car loan. Well, it's cheesy. If you're in a situation where they're going to be giving you a redundancy package, are they going to give you that? They might downsize you. Does your country talk about redundancy package? In Jamaica, we have that. So you have to put extra thinking into leveraging. Or you don't wait for them to downsize you. Get a new job if you want. Or by now you should have had additional stream of income. That's what we're talking about. Join the book club, cheesy. Income stream that you don't have to work for. That's what we have to work towards. Paul, very true what you're saying. Someone's died, their tree branch come down and hit their car exactly where you just. Yes, Paul. I hope them listening to me now. Them need to go cut down the tree, them and stop with this rubbish. Like so the tree them are some monument. Not even monument that drop down for you. Them even cut down tree them Paul. Vex and then it's the only way into outer areas from that side. It's not as if I can avoid the trees. I can't drive anywhere else. There's no other road. They need to cut it down. I know I'm gonna pick up the phone and call me tourism office tomorrow. Ask them why them not cut down the tree and stop fool around. No man, you see if a tourist don't get injured, them no business. They need to cut them down.
Expensive.
How it expensive when the mama tax dollars?
No, I was just reading.
Them need to cut down the tree there. Tree them rotten and as him said, drop down on somebody. I never even know that. Question as well, if you have a good tenant for 1 year so far, would it be too much raise rent by 15,000 based on interest rates and inflation? Cheesy can only raise the rent by 7.5% per year. 7.5%. So if the person is paying 100,000, it's 100,000 times 7.5%, whatever that work out to be. I think that is 7,500 if my math school. Cutting down expenses are rough still because even having to reduce retirement just to stay above water monthly. Yes, cheesy. But you have to cut down the expenses or increase the income. Now, both of them is the same energy. Cutting down the expenses and increase the income is the same energy. I would choose increase the income.
I feel like cutting expenses is more painful though.
It is.
I mean, finding new income has an excitement to it.
Yes.
While cutting down expenses have a real pain to it.
Yeah, it's painful. So I never did that. To be honest with you, I never did that. I read The Richest Man in Babylon. It says put away 10%. Then it says control the expenses. Then it says increase. Damn. Multiplier earnings. Oh, you're in the class. Oh, multiply. So the same 10% you put aside is it you must multiply. I ran with that. Because I was struggling at the time. I didn't have a house yet, but I was a minimum wage earner. I was stuffing envelopes at this insurance company.
I still can't believe that was a job.
Yeah, that was a job. Stuffing these notices in the envelope every month. I tell you, it was a job, but I became very good at it. I had a pattern. I know how to set the envelopes. I know, trust me, I was very efficient. I was like a little machine. Let's go.
I know. I remember you taught me. Remember when I used to come in the evenings?
Yeah, I just know.
Stuff them with you.
Yeah, I just know how to do it. But increasing on the income side, better you hang out on the income side. Hang out on the income side and keep thinking, keep looking at ideas. Look at what other people doing. Oh, myself bag juice, or them could I do that. Look at them sell some school books, or if I could do that. Look at upon Amazon and whatever, them sell so as a product. Shopify. Do the courses. Them have a free course on how to even open a shop on Shopify and how to.
But all of those things sound like more work.
Tony, the more you learn is the more you earn.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to learn. So if you learn how to open the Shopify store,
Yeah.
how to get the products there, all of the rest of it is automatic.
Mm.
With barely your you have the investment in it, but you's not you doing the work. You not delivering the goods, you're not collecting the money, you're not even taking back the goods when the goods damage. You're not doing any of that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm just saying that as an online
Yeah.
to learn online. But you can also do something like that physically, as in selling a physical product. Mhm.
Okay.
Right? So, yes, cheesy. Cutting down expenses is very, very rough. As I say, I wouldn't suggest you do that. You feel poor, you feel despondent. You say to yourself, wow, look how I love to eat. I love tea biscuit. Now I have to go give up tea biscuit.
I mean, how you're gonna feel is like a heroin. I'm a coke addict without any coke. Like,
Yeah.
just gonna make you all jittery.
Yeah. Like I had to give up like gluten, and I finally found a bread that was gluten free that I actually liked. And this bread is $2,700.
It's not even a whole of bread. It's like half.
It's like
of
half
bread.
of bread. And if I buy that bread on Friday, guys, by Monday the bread done. Like Claudia, 2,700.
But I think what happened because you finally find a bread that you can eat during the weekend when you buy it, you just go over and eat it with everything.
Yeah.
You don't pace yourself. Wow.
No pace myself. Then I had to switch to goat cheese too. I'm like, the goat cheese is so expensive, God. Then I said to myself, but Claudia, if it's expensive, you can't afford it, you know? So you have to find a way if you can afford it, right?
But I see you have the goat cheese and the French don't eat it.
But coming down the bread. Come, you can't afford the $2,700 bread. That's something tell myself. All right? Because, I mean, a bread is like $600. And then you're going to pay $2,700 for a half a loaf of bread. Guys, listen, I tell you. So this thing can fly in two ways. So I have to now find a way to increase my income so that I can afford $2,700 bread. Or I have to go kick off Xander, Zave, and Rachel, Tony, and half of my payroll.
What happened to that?
As half of my expense side of my payroll. Kick them off so that we can buy my $2,700 bread and a flinch.
But I thought you got an alternative and Rachel was making you bread now.
Yeah, so we found a coconut flour recipe. But Rachel only made the bread once.
But you asked her again?
I need to remind her to go make the bread today because I tell you, can't do without the bread. Bread is the staff of life.
For you.
And the update on Ocho Country Club. What update? Thought it was sold out. Sure. Ocho Country Club. They only have the big units on the hill left. Couple million too. What's happening, Cheryl? Let me see. What's the very first step in investing in real estate for a person with a lot of debt, i.e., student loan? And is real estate the best option for such a person? Real estate is a good option for anybody. Firstly, you control your real estate. Yeah, we need to get into the lesson. You control your real estate. You have a lot of student debt, you said, but has your student debt overtaken your debt service ratio? So the first thing you need to do, Solace, you will need to, are you in Jamaica or overseas? You would need to get a mortgage officer. If you're local or overseas, WhatsApp us, remind us that you're Solace. We'll give you a mortgage officer. The first thing you need to know is have a mortgage officer assess your income and expenditure, and including the student loan, and determine if you can afford a loan. If you can afford a loan, then you buy a property that is within whatever them tell you, right? Leonie says, sorry I'm late. Hi, Leonie. Good to have you.
That's Lenny.
Lenny, thanks for joining. Juliet says, good evening, Miss D. Can you rationalize why our property, townhouse in Mobi, was listed for 21 million last year and never sold, and now listed again this year at 30 million, same peaks? Inflation. Inflation. That's because the townhouses in Mobi are now at 30 and above. So that's just straight inflation, Jane. Jane Gordon, good evening. It's on demand. So it never said last year, maybe because the demand wasn't there for it. So Jane is saying good evening. Hi. Hi, Jean, and to all our classmates. Hello, I need someone to help me with a Shopify store and digital marketing strategies. All right, Yvonne, I'm with you there. I'm about to go learn it myself. Yvonne, you need to learn first. It's not just help you with a Shopify store. So if you want to set up a Shopify store, you can go on Fiverr, right? Go on Fiverr. You want some digital marketing, you can go on Fiverr and hire the people. However, I would suggest that you really learn. Go on a course that teaches you how all about Shopify.
Shopify has that on their website.
And yeah, Shopify is on the website, yes. Mm-hmm. Go on the Shopify website. Learn all of it. Learn it. Even try to set up one store for yourself. Then now, go hire somebody on Fiverr to really set it up properly for you. If you don't know what you're looking for, what you want, you cannot direct the people that you employ. That's why it's important that you do that kind of background. So we even when did YouTube, we went and studied a lot of things. You know, how the YouTube work, how we go to video class, we go to photo, I did videography, I did photography. Tony did videography, she did graphics, she did photography. What else you do? She did digital marketing. One bag of something, I do none of that now again.
Them I did a little class on how to turn on live.
No, a little class. I didn't do the class, so you see how dumb I am at it, right? Safi, you have to learn. Just jump into the class and them easy and simple. There's another class we're about to take, and that is something to do with the camera, with our phone. How to use the phone to take good pictures and video and so on. Tony even learned video editing. I didn't learn video editing. I just learned how to structure videos and so on. Oh, we might have got to take an acting class too.
Solace, yeah, know that you ventured into that.
Yeah, Solace, you're in Jamaica. Great. So send me a WhatsApp, Solace. But would you encourage to save and pay off the loan fully before getting into the? No, I wouldn't. By the time you save and pay off that, the loan, every price had gone up sky high.
And you're older.
And you're older. No, you need to just let them tell you no how much loan you can afford.
Mm-hmm. Or sometimes, so they might say, if you clear this within 6 months, then you're good on paper to get a real estate loan. But talk to them first.
Invest and buy a property. When you buy the property, you're up on a high for years. When you have your own key, you forget all about students. You're on a high for years, right? I mean, you can rent out the property, Celeste. There's so many things you can do with a property. Student loan can't be that much. If your student loan is that bulky and that enough, it means that you're earning some serious money. Because it means that you took a lot of money to go do something like either medicine or engineering or law or something like that. Like my children don't have students loan because I paid for it. My grandchildren will not have students loan either because we'll pay for it, right? We don't believe in student loans. Because student loans are one of those things that, I mean, it don't leverage you in any way.
Didn't you get a student loan? No, you got a scholarship.
No, I got a scholarship. So, and I paid for other things on my own. So, I don't encourage people to get student loans off the bat. Look at other ways of getting this education that don't have nothing to do with student loans, right? Mm-hmm. Always try. So even for your children, don't spend all your pension fund and send them go on a big school, university. You're not going to get it back. And then by the time you're old, them can't even help you. Right? Better invest the money. And then you send them. I had bought actually a piece of land to help me with Rachel's school fee when that came up. But I didn't actually sell land to do it. Actually, at the time, could manage to pay for it cash. And she did civil engineer. And went through without students loan. Have I gotten back any money? Have been paid for it? Oh no, Tony and two, none of them. Just a
what are you talking about? I work with you full time.
Yeah, so that's the payment. That's true. That's true. Yeah, make a big difference, guys. So learn the Shopify if you want. Hi, Claudia. Do you know what systems are used to shore back earth when doing deep excavation work? Also, any companies you could recommend? That's all like a company for my daughter. That's all like a question for my daughter.
I know, right?
That's what she does. Geotechnical engineering. That's what it's called. So you have her company that does it, which is called what again? Someone an engineer.
NHL.
NHL engineering. And you also have what's the other one? Gentech.
Gentech.
Gentech engineering. So check with those people. But
To shore back land.
yeah, we had a deep excavation work. But how deep you going though? So these guys doing these geotechnical engineers will go all 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet deep. What if you're digging out, you must have put in back something there, like you put in a building or you're making an underground car park, or why are you doing deep excavation? Thanks for the response. The mental burden of having a loan, I feel as if it's affecting my entrepreneurial spirit. Laugh out loud.
That's so true.
Solace, look at some of the other expenditures that you have that you're undertaking now. Oh, Divinity says we missed your question. Solace, look at the other expenses that you have. Maybe it's not the student loan, man. Look at other things. Them student loan are usually a little bit. That's the question. What can use on a roof after premix did it and some part of it started to leak since the rain started? The roof is 4-inch thick. They said the water soaked through some small cracks that is there. First of all, the roof should be 6 inches thick. That's the first thing, Divinity. It's a slab roof. It should be 6 inches thick. Also, when premix does it, premix for that. You sure? I think it's 6 inch, you mean, man, not 4 inch. When after premix come, you must start wetting the roof right away. The roof is to be wet for about 20 days fully. What I do with my decks, when I do the roof, if I do a deck roof, a slab roof, I put the cement bags up there, put stone on it, and I put a sprinkler system up there. And I myself go up there throughout the day for 20 days, and that are my work. I just go up on the roof, move a sprinkler. I have the whole same time too, I just wet the deck. That is my work straight for 20 days, and not even hire labor to do that. The way I know it, that's important. So I don't have decks that roof, that leak. Now, if you're in that position now, what you might need to do is screed off the deck, or what we call float the deck, or steel float the deck with cement and sand again. Steel float the deck. So just like you do a wall, you steel float it. So I will steel float. That's why we render walls, so that water don't penetrate it.
Okay.
So you might have to do that.
That's option one.
That's one of the things you have to do, because you set up them some holes. So what you do, when it is raining, somebody needs to be up there to see where it is puddling. It's because the water is settling on the roof while it's leaking through. The water must come off the roof, so it must deck, or it must cast with a pitch, whether you pitch to the front, the side, the back. It's dependent on the wear terrain, right? So it must pitch. So you need to somebody needs to go up there when it's raining and see, or even when there's a rain done fall, and go up there and see where the water is settling. So you would want the mason to redo that area so that the water don't settle, right?
And repaint the area.
And spread it and set it so that the water pitch. The deck must have a fall so that the water runs off quickly. Don't have no time for second. So when you do that, screed back your deck. You can now steel float the deck. Yeah, steel float the deck with a screed. And you can put roof compound on it. Roof compound works very well.
That's the blue thing one?
Usually come in white or red. Selling any hardware, roof compound in 5-gallon buckets. It's like a paint. So the painter will paint it onto the roof. That's one thing you can use. You can also use what we call membrane. So the membrane is with the torch, with the gas thing and the torch,
Okay.
and
And
they
the
burn
roll
it
of
onto
thing.
and come in a roll and they burn that onto the deck. That works pretty good too. As long as the man is good and he doesn't leave any way for the water to seep under that membrane.
That's option 3.
Option two.
So once you screed the deck, you must put on the roof compound.
Yeah.
Okay.
To protect it. Suppose it really not leaking. I'm trying to remember if I have a deck like that we don't put anything on it. No, all the decks have something on it. So they either have roof compound or they have felt, not felt, membrane. There's another thing you can use. Seal Spray Solution is a company. You can look them up. Them sell a kind of foam thing that they come and they put a foam over it. They say that it make the roof cooler and all of that. All right, so that's what you can do. So get them. So first thing you need to check or flood the deck with water and see where it is settling. You need to know that. Solace, but would you encourage to save and pay off the loan fully before getting? No. No. Let them tell you how much you can afford in loan and you look a house for that price. Would you pay down on the mortgage if you're getting it below market rates or invest in the market and let inflation take care of the mortgage debt over time? Would you pay down on the mortgage if you are getting it below market rates? If the mortgage is below market rate, why you want to pay it off? Can you get an interest rate free loan already? A lower interest rate loan, or invest in the market and let inflation take care of the mortgage debt over time. Invest in which market?
Stock market? I don't know.
No, I'm not going to assume. Invest in which market? Investing in stock market is risky more than buying real estate. So Lenny asks, hi Claudia, do you know what systems are used to shore back? Oh, I answered that already. Thanks for the response. The mental burden of having the loan. Ladies, you may okay with this that. Just underwater tank. Just underground water tank, 9 feet deep by 46. Oh, but remember that the water tank going to take out the space already. Um, make sure the water tank full of water before you put by the earth. Make sure of that. So you can check for leaks and all of that. Right? If I and so that it don't cave the way you put by the dirt around it don't cave in the tank. So make sure water is in the tank. So you can check for leaks and you prevent caving. If I was going to own something, would it be wiser to own a commercial property versus residential? I have business ideas and I rent at the moment. Right, so convert to a commercial property. That way your business can pay part of the rent. Can do that. Mm-hmm. The house is old, so they didn't want to put too much weight on the house. What? You're talking about the slab?
Oh, maybe she slabbed that older house.
Yeah, but the slab should be on the proper columns and beam. Have nothing to do with the household. If you think the house was old and couldn't manage, then your builder should have advised you to put some columns and beam so that that column and beam is what is holding up the deck. Mm-hmm. It is 4 inch thick. It should be 6 inches thick. Even places where there is no settling, water still coming through. Yeah, 4 inch thick. Hey guys, sorry I'm very late. Hi Malibu. What are the top 5 side houses in Jamaica? And how would you rank them for a person who has a 9 to 5? Would like response from both of you. Thanks.
Side hustle.
Side hustle.
That's something I don't believe in.
Oh, Tony. People side hustle all the time. It does not call it side hustle.
What side hustle I do?
You tell her what. She said the top 5. What are the top 5 side hustles in Jamaica? One of them is buy and sell almost anything. Buy and sell anything.
True.
Anything you want to buy and sell. Bag juice, sweetie, stocking. I used to sell stocking. What else?
A good one right now that persons are doing is it's on Fiverr. Jamaicans do it a lot. Admin work and book editing, proofreading. That's a big thing in Jamaica right now.
Right.
On Fiverr.
On Fiverr, if you have the skill.
Yeah, if you have the skill.
Now, the one side hustle is taxi work. That's a side hustle if you have the stamina feet. Hmm?
No, I laugh because I went into a route taxi the other day. There was a woman driver.
Mhm.
And the passenger in the front seat saying, "You don't look like you should be running taxi," because she's in her stocking and her setters and stuff and what have you, right?
Or setters.
Yeah, she's in setters and she has on heels and stockings and everything. And she's like, so the lady's like, "You don't supposed to be in this." And she's like, "No, man, I just running a couple trip before work starts." So you're right, it is a side hustle in Jamaica.
That's a good side hustle.
But she had a rent place and everything.
Another side hustle is delivery. You can jump on the Uber app. Not Uber. Is Uber? What app name?
There's lots of different ones. You're talking about the food delivery apps.
Food delivery apps, yeah. What are they called? Which ones?
There is.
You have Seven Crave.
Yes.
You have quite a number of them. They deliver.
Hugo.
Yeah, they deliver stuff to us all the time. The persons drive their cars, and they come and deliver the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you can do that. So you can do transportation job. So you can even transport children in the morning, and then you go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You have transportation job, transport children, taxi. You have the delivery jobs that you can do as a side hustle. And I said, buy and sell anything. Buy and sell ice cream, buy and sell stocking, buy and sell sweetie biscuit.
Especially if you have a job that has a
lot of persons there.
Or shut in.
Yeah. We used to have people who you can buy and sell products from Rainforest Food if you have a truck, if you have one of those freezer trucks. Take the order, go get them, bring them back, deliver, distribute them. And the only part, not sure. You can buy and sell cosmetics too, like the Avon and the, what's that one called? A lady stick me up the other day and buy something from her. Mary Kay. As in the hairdresser, she came with her things, you know. And I took a foundation from her. And she was able to sell me. She had on the foundation as well, and it looked really nice, made her glow and everything. She told me which one she had on, and I looked at it and I said, "Okay, deliver it for me." And she delivered it to the hairdresser, I picked it up and paid the money. Underwear is an easy hustle. You know, some men sell underwear just for the fun of it. Show them how easy that is to sell. That's the easiest thing ever. Women have to buy that. And they buy it like
not only that,
food.
We want to buy it.
Yeah, buy it like food.
There's something about new underwear that excites a woman.
Yeah. So that is a good buy and sell product. Underwear. So is water.
Water.
Yep.
We selling water to mom.
I say water can sell easy. Easy.
You have to know where to sell it though, but yeah.
Easy.
It has a really good markup.
Yeah. Markup is like 100%. Buy for $40, sell back for $80 or $100. Easy. Water. If I was on the road hustling at the stoplights, the only thing I would sell is water.
I mean, you should go out there and sell some water.
Trust me.
Video you.
Hands down, you'd have done it. Just water. I'm going to sell nothing else. Just water.
See if you can sell a case.
No man, them would have buy it from me, man. What woman out there also, them would have buy it from me. Would have bypass all of the man, them and buy it. Worse if I dress up in my lipstick and my Remy wig. Yeah, man, them would have buy it. So you asked us, did we give you 5? Tony, have any more to give her? Stonebrook Manor property is still available, yes.
I think we missed a couple because it was running.
The company said they're going to come and use tin set and cement to seal the cracks, even though they can't reach all now. Yeah, if you have the money to buy cash, should I buy cash or do you think mortgage is a better idea? We did something called the opportunity cost of money, which says, so you have 50 million. And you either use it to buy a property or use it or put it on a fixed deposit. So if you lose it to buy the property, you can't put it on a fixed deposit. You put it on a fixed deposit, you can't get 20,000 a month, argument's sake. Right? But if you use the 50 million and buy the property, you lose the opportunity of getting 20,000 per month in interest. That's what it is. That's what it means. Opportunity cost of money. It's what you lose by choosing one thing over the other. So you have to make a judgment call there. But it's a no-brainer for me. So let us say you have 50 million. Now if you put it on a bond, you're getting 100,000. And if you put it, if you're going to buy a property, take the mortgage, the loan is 100,000. What would you do? I would take the property loan, use the bond money and pay the loan. As opposed to take my 50 million, go buy the property. I'm going to have the bond money. See? Because if you take the 50 million and go buy the property, you don't have the cash again.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 years might pass, something change, you can't get the loan.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you can get the loan now, so take it. And the good thing, if you get the loan, let us say something happened, and you weren't astute. So when you get the bond money, you not pay the mortgage, and you not take the tenant money and pay the mortgage. You just spend half the money. And when you take a start, the bank raise the interest rate as it did. And when you look, whoa, I'm over 40 million, I'm still, this thing has stressed me now. But guess what? You have the cash, don't it? No, you can't go pay off the mortgage. Right? So yes, I would definitely put the money on the bond or the fixed deposit or whatever you want. I wouldn't buy no stocks though. Too risky. But I put it on the bond or the fixed deposit or something like that. And then stock market was what I was thinking about. Cheesy. If you're on this long enough, you know that stock market is not something we play with. You only play with the stock market if with money that you want to lose. You must want to lose the money so badly that you put it there. If you win, good. But guess what? If you lose it, it don't matter because you didn't want to lose it anyway. Mm-hmm. That's the money that you put there, cheesy. So if that's the kind of money you're talking about, run with it. Because it don't matter if you lose it. Stock market is very risky because you don't have any inside information. You don't know what's going on in these companies at all. You really don't know. It's just a hit and miss thing, right? Answer definitive. Answer everybody know. Oh, Tony, why you never got to the lesson? Look, I'm never gonna do it next week. We had a good run today. The company say, all right, yeah. Is the roof compound non-toxic as I wish to harvest my rainwater from the roof? You have to read the label for it. Yes. You have to read that one. Make sure if you're going to rainwater harvesting, whatever you put up there, make sure. In drive, easy, Melly. What's in drive? One of those companies that you can.
Yeah, I think it's
a taxi.
Like Uber.
Yeah, like you can register on, right? My Serenity, you're late. You're very late. My Miss Holy, my Serenity. Stonebrook Manor, yes, it's still available.
Solace says, thank you.
4-inch can be used on small roofs. Small or big, Rob, I don't use 4-inch.
Dwayne says, what if I sell my house in 5 years' time? Do I still pay the bank the 30-year mortgage interest rate safely?
No, Dwayne. You only pay whatever principal is not paid off, plus whatever little interest and want to charge you at the time. So you only pay the principal. So if you sell the house and you owe them, say you borrow 50 million, and 5 years from now, you want to sell the house and them say they owe them 45 million out of the 50 million, you're only going to pay about the 45 million. And any little cost that they might charge you because you're closing out early. There's some little admin charges, not near the interest. If real estate is such an amazing investment, why is it so many people, especially in Jamaica, are not doing it? Is it because the return are slow or the upfront finance is a major blocker?
Neither.
None of those, Solace.
They don't know how.
They just don't know. You see, them don't have any parents who teach them. 1, they don't read any books who teach them. 2, they don't come into my book club.
Three.
Three. They don't come on the YouTube live.
And there's this thing, and you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, Solace. So if you don't know, so this real estate, I only know because of this book. I'm gonna get a cover because the one saving him tear up my cover from my book. So the book here. Oh, sorry. Just a cover me showing them because the one saving him tear off the cover. So the book here. I was in the book club today, so I have it close to me. I'll try to find it here. I'm gonna buy the tear off too. I read the book in 1988.
You're trying to find the year you bought it?
Yeah. But
Let me see.
a book them usually have the year on the back of the sticker. But this not it. Alright, so this book, Richest Man in Babylon by George Clayson. George S. Clayson. This is the book. So this book is a little book we're very unassuming. We're reading it now in the book club. And it is written in a kind of back in the day kind of a thing.
English?
Yeah. Right? And I have my notes all over it. So this one I have secure your principal. This is in one of the lessons. So I made a note and I said two, insurable, meaning an investment that I have must be insurable. That's why I don't like stocks. Solace. Is Solace on what stocks?
No, I think that was Cheapside Gully.
Cheapside Gully, because stocks not insurable. And real estate actually gives a cash flow, right? I have books, I have notes all over the book. Oh yeah, see it here. I wrote it on the side here. Claudia Davis, 1988. So I wrote it on the side. I usually do that when I buy the books. I write my name and the year when I bought it. So this book, you see I'm making a notes in the back. Now let's write up my book then. Yeah. So I make notes in my books. So chapter 1 in the book teaches so many lessons. More deeper lessons. You need to come into the book club, guys. Tony, put the link in the book for the book club in there. And you will get there. So we jump on the book club on a Sunday between
1:30 to 2:30.
Right. And we read the book. And we discuss the book. We pick out what is this chapter trying to teach us. Oh, Miss Jen was saying to cover the book upside down.
No, it's going to be that way because of the way your camera is set on.
So that right now, we'll turn it upside down.
No.
Ah, gee, I don't understand it, yeah, guys. So how come we not upside down? So the book, and I tell you, some book called dog years up and everything. But let me tell you something. I read lots of books. But I run the book club. This is the first book that I always read. This book is a fundamental. This book was written in 1926, long before me and you born. 1926. And everything he says in this book holds true today. And it will hold true when Xander and Zaven are my age. It's going to hold true. The thing is, if you have not studied financial education, you study being a doctor, a lawyer, how to sweep street, how to wash clothes, how to lay out a 5-course meal. You study all of that. And you learn money too, lots of money. But if you don't study financial education, what do you do with money? The book will tell you it's 3 parts to the money. The money is how to work for money or how to earn it, right? How to keep the money, which is where we're at now with the richest man in Babylon when he says 10, keep 10%. How to keep the money and how to spend the money. Those are the three parts. Earning the money is easy. Most people, everybody earn money. There's not a soul who anybody than alive who not earn money at some point in their lifetime.
Every day.
Every day, every second, you earn money. That is no excuse. But the biggest challenge is keeping the money. You can't keep the money, so you spend it out. So you can't even get to step three.
It's funny, like we can't even keep it for 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days. What talk about? Can't give you 24 hours. Some person has it dropping on my account. Oh, I have to pay this. Oh, I have to pay this. I had one person tell me in the mentorship group that she said, "Boy, Miss D, it's a good thing you teach me this now, because you know, say me have envelope." She have envelope. And she actually write on it JPS, NWC, that.
Mm-hmm.
And in her head, she has already put the money in there. Yeah. She said, "Ash the money in her bank account, she boom, go the machine, she draw it out, and she JPS, NWC."
She has an envelope for herself.
None.
Oh.
She don't have one for herself. She said, "Miss Davis, that alone teach me sense. That alone." That's the first thing the book teach you. Jennifer says business principles will never change. Nothing will change. All when me and you gone home to the gods, according to the richest man in Babylon, it will not change, guys. So it means that you have to study these books. And the more, you know why I keep the book club? The more I go through this book, is the more me learn more and more things out of the book, things that I missed.
Not only that,
totally miss it.
Not even miss, Mom, but I think it reinforces some of the principles that you know, but you're probably not paying much attention to as you continue in life.
Like this one now that you have to go do, the income and expenditure. Yeah. You have to go back and do it over. Right? Now, here something else that you can sell there. Ice cream. You can drive around the community and sell ice cream, make money.
I know our ice cream man comes twice per day.
Twice per day.
Twice per day.
All right. So keeping the money is always hard. Yes. Because you want to spend for everything, man. You want to party, you want the Louis Vuitton, you want everything, man. You want the hot ear do. You want everything. But that's not the focus. If you focus on the income side, you can buy any amount of Louis Vuitton or any amount of ear do what you want, right? You have to do the work. So great book, many gems. Also, before I invest in real estate, what is the safest way to do so? That if it don't go as planned, it doesn't set you back too much. House price, loan amount to borrow, etc. Solace, first thing you're gonna buy what you can afford. Don't buy outside of that, right? So any money the bank tell you that they will lend you 10 million, find something for 10 million. First thing. You also have to tell you have to jump in the book club, because as we get further into our club, we'll finish Richest Man in Babylon, we're going into Think and Grow Rich, and then we're getting into Rich Dad Poor Dad books. And then as we move along with the investment, we're going to how you calculate if you should buy this piece of real estate or if you shouldn't, and all of that. We're going to all of that. And this a whole year is going to take us to get to that. But by the time you finish the entire year with us and these books, you would have learned so much. Your mind will boggle. You will say, "My God, 4 years at university and I learned nothing." Itonia, literally learned nothing. If you only had learned this first. That's the truth. Because I didn't go to university until I was 30. But I did this in 1988 when I was 22 years old. Made all the difference. I actually had a child before I went to university. I bought a house before I went to university. I bought a car too before I went to university. I had my second child too before I went to university. You see, I was just like a little fool brain and walk up and down. But guess what? I read the book.
Not only did you read it, you understood the lesson.
Yeah, I read it and I understood the lesson. And I'm talking about 7 cures to a lead person. I do all 7. And I'm still doing them. Because they're lifelong learning. That's what it is. Can you lose your deposit? Oh. If you deposit on a property with the wrong person, yes, you can lose your deposit. And there are some developers too, if you put your deposit down and you don't complete the sale, In your sale agreement, it says it. You're going to lose your deposit. So you have to read the fine print, right? You have to read it. Jennifer says, I'm learning from the book club, still would love to join. Hold us. No, sorry. Jennifer says, I'm learning from the book club and I have over 5 properties. Lots of information from Lady Davis. Thank you, Jennifer. So even if you have 100 properties already or 5 like Jennifer, the book club still teaches you certain fundamentals that you have to get back to if you weren't doing it before. In other words, when you do the studies of financial readings and you study how finances work, even if tomorrow you get wiped out, something happens and you lose every single thing, you lose it, you know how to get it back because you learn the fundamentals. And you can just jump right in again and build back the wealth, just like that, because you already know the fundamentals. That's what you need to know, right? I read all of those books, but I still would love to join. How do I do so? Right, solid. So see the book club link there. So you may read all the books. It happened to me. You read the book and you put it down and you say, like when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad first.
You read it like a novel.
Read it like a novel. What bugged me out with Rich Dad Poor Dad was a woody little graph things that he drew, those little diagrams. Couldn't understand them at first. And then bugged me out. I'm going to skip over them. And as Tony said, you read it like a novel. You not read it with no deep interest. It's like you read Mills and Boone. But when I went back, I did the same thing with Richest Man in Babylon. Same thing with Think and Grow Rich. Same thing with 4 Hour Work Week. All of them books and read them. Matter of fact, I'm looking at some of them right now on my bookshelf. I think I'm looking at about 8 books that I have back from Rich Dad Poor Dad, right, Tony? Mm-hmm. So you read a book like a novel and you say, sure, Rich Dad, the America man, him don't know who I matter about. This can't work at Jamaica. Same thing happened to me when I did Carlton Sheets program, which is about same real estate and renting property and so on. I said, no, man, they are foreign, man. Jamaica, this not gonna work, man. I mean, I tell you no. I mean, if you tell you say,
it works.
It works. Even the one about vendors mortgage, it works. I mean, it's in the book. We pick up that.
And what I realized too is that because their market is so much more advanced than ours, some of the things that they're doing in the market, you can implement it here to some extent because it's kind of new.
It's new, so you can start it, right? So you have to, and let me tell you something solace about reading on your own. This is studying on your own, it don't work. Those of you who are lone rangers, you're not gonna excel. You may pass the course, but you won't excel at it, right? I learned in school one of the best ways for me to get an A on any subject was to join a group. Just make sure, so me, I am not the brightest or I am not the slowest one in the group. I'm in the middle. I join a group where the people are brighter than me or people slower than me. That's how I got through even statistics at school. I couldn't make it out till I jump in our group and a girl named Janice James was there teaching it. Get it? So you have to join a group that where you want to learn. So you want to learn about somebody said Shopify earlier. Go and jump in our course where other persons are there.
Or Facebook group.
Or a Facebook group where they talk. Yes, they talk about Shopify all day. You gotta pick up things, you gotta learn things, you can ask the full question them we have. And it's the people who ask the question them where everybody think are sensible. Force you to go learn it more so that you can explain to this person what does this mean. It's in the group settings because some of the things in the book club right now that persons are saying this is what they get from it. So I never get that. But it brought a different spin on it. It bring across the thing differently from how you had it. And you can now take an insight from it and run with it on another and something else. Mm-hmm. The group is important. If you're a lone wolf, you can't get rich. That's the first thing. Because you need other persons. Look at Amazon. How much people think work at Amazon? You think I want somebody work at Amazon? No. You think it's one person work at Facebook? With all of them rich people, look at Rihanna's performance at the Super Bowl. How many persons you think worked on Rihanna's performance? You think it's she alone? No, 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 no. Look at Beyonce when she step out for a 2 minute, 3 minute song. Not she alone. Not she alone. And the bigger your network, the bigger your net worth. The bigger, you make money faster. So those of you who are afraid to partner, you don't want to join a team, and a lot of team stuff. Because I did track, did lawn tennis, I did netball, did a lot of team stuff. Team is also in the army, we have to work as team. Team is important in your development. Can't emphasize it enough. Cannot do it alone. Courageous Tracian, you say you're late, man, but you get the best part.
Dwayne's asking you a question.
What's the question? How was the feeling when I got the keys for the first property? Oh my God, Dwayne, I was 23. I deposited when I was 22. I see a richest man in Babylon and buy the property. I was 23 years old. January 10, 1990.
We moved to January?
Hmm. It was a New Year's Day.
I remember moving day.
Yeah. I tell you, and if I tell you the backstory, because the backstory was the man raised the rent and all of that, and me I try to find somewhere to go, and him run me out eventually. But by the time I did deposit on a place, I called my girlfriend for a place to rent. That was Pat. She said, no, can I look a place to buy? Because she knows me I save up my little coins. She knows me I have some money. I may save it. She said, look a place to buy, man. And I looked in the Gleaner. And I started looking. But everywhere I go, I couldn't afford now, man. That's where I learned that I must just buy what I can afford. I must just stay in my jungle. So if the shoes I want is $2,000, me go in my pocket and I come with $1,000. Me in the wrong jungle. Me have to go find a jungle where they must sell shoes for $1,000. You understand? That's the truth. So I looked at places, Barbican, Portmore, I couldn't even afford Portmore. No, I can't afford Portmore. I couldn't afford Portmore then. I mean, I can't afford Portmore no more. So Portmore gated at 30 million. So I'm 40 million. So I ended up in Spanish Town, Fairview Park, a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house being built at the time by Island Homes. Island Homes still build properties today. Island Homes, they just completed, I think, Bayshore Apartments out in Portmore, where his old Forum Hotel was. But Dwayne, the feeling when them call you and say hand over, to this day, I had that same feeling recur when the lady called me and say, I'll get the Camel key. Is that the feeling is better than any feeling for anything else. Not even when I got my degree, because I got a first class honors degree at university. Not even when I got my degree, it felt so good. Maybe because I could see the house, I could go in it, I could clean it.
I think what happens to when you get your own key to such a property, that's basically worth millions.
Yeah.
You feel very accomplished.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everything you've done up to this point in your life now means something in block and steel that you can look at and say yes.
And you get to have that feeling every time you go home. Every single time that you come back home and you push that key and you go inside, you get that feeling. Right now where we live, I'm in a mad rush to clear out every piece of junk or anything I think that's not making any sense in here. Why? These kids will not understand it. Because when I pull up to the gate, I want to feel good about the place. I want to feel the same way I felt when I just got it in. When we got this one? 2003. I want to feel that way.
It was so big though.
Big for you.
Yeah, like
because you're little.
It just seems so big. Now it seems small.
It seems small.
The same house.
Right. Kind of grow it out now too. So Dwayne, I can't tell you. And then I went through so much to get this property because Victoria Mutual, so I never qualify for the mortgage and NHT, so I don't have enough points and Jane, so I not qualify. It was just a whole thing. So when I got it, I'm for telling her too. So the same place, because Victoria Mutual was holding on to the key. Because the developer put the house below the road, right? Little bit below the road, maybe 6 inches below the road. Victoria Mitchell did that for me. Say, Vic, me go down to the office and me say, listen, lady, me not live nowhere. The time I catch down a Black Roses corner. Me say, listen, me not live nowhere. And you must remember how me carry on. You know when me ready for getting on my Jamaican. Me say, me a catch. Me need to come out of the place. Just pay the people them the money. And so me get them for pay the people them money. And me get for movie. And me tell you about, whenever I me about 6 months, 7 months. A big rain come, you see, man.
It was in September, right?
Yes, in the September. Wash the whole of winters. when I went in the place, I looked at the map. You know, the lady said, Winters Park is behind. So I see it in Winters Park. Never tell me say the place named Winters Pen. The first day when the house go up and them call me to go look at where it is now, I said, I'm going to drive up. I was with my baby father. I said, right, here zinc, run at the back. I start to cry. I say, no, man. Near a phone. You buy the place already? No, man, you buy it already, man. You come and you were all right. And people, and me for telling you, with all of the zinc fence behind me and everything, I went there, I had no problem. Dwayne, I was the first person moving on the road because me I pressure them to give me my key because I don't live nowhere. And they did give me the key. I didn't even like them on the road at the time. But me get my key and me moving. The people in my Winters Park, so-called Winters Pen, and them hook me up with the light. I'm good. Them come for me and Tony in the darkness, because the taxi let me front, them come and them escort me in. I will go in, I was all right. Some frog, so you remember some frog them we used to do at the doorway when rain fall, and them come, get rid of them frog, because me can't deal with frog, roach, and rat. And them come and them get rid of that, me and Tony. And the day of the flood, a man picked us up. That man works at, we went there down there and buy some chairs. Stationery, office supplies, and we forget it. He drove a company van. All the while I said I need to go back there and find him, but I can't remember his name, I don't remember. But if I see him face, I will know him.
You probably remember the situation too.
Yeah, he picked us up in the van, he saw us at the bus stop and picked us up, so we got Spanish Town. And he must go in the same direction and pick us up, and we couldn't go in a Fairview Park with it. Come back around to the same Winters Pen. And the Winters Pen people never clear them drain, and the whole place flood out because Winters Pen drain never clear. All of the water come through my yard, flood out my house and everything. So I go through the flood. When people are said to me, no, all Meta Pines, so you're going to have flooding or whatever. I'm saying, no, it's a good thing. I never know nothing about flooding when I buy my Fairview Park house. It's a good thing. I never thought it was going to flood. I never knew anything about flooding. I just know I wanted a house. Them time there we had to pay for. If you want a tiley house, you have to pay for it different. If you want a driveway, you have to pay for it different. No, me soon I get ceramic tile, pretty driveway, interlocking everything, and I come here. What? And I didn't look at a model unit or anything before I purchased. I went and picked this house.
They had a model unit. It was a little cardboard thing on the table.
Tony called it model unit. That's a dolly house business.
But that's what they had.
Yeah, that a little cardboard thing. But now you guys looking at model unit and looking at complain about the room small or the closet not having no space and
I tell you, they're in the Renaissance of Jamaica.
Yeah, man. And I'm born at a good time. You're here now at a really good time, right? The house, when you get the key, just remember this. When you pay yourself first, you pay your mortgage next. Don't itch with that. Mm-hmm. Pay yourself first and pay the mortgage next. Even with all of the raise and increase in food and this and that I go around you, pay your mortgage first. Tell your wife, your children, say, Miss Davis, say, me have to pay my mortgage first. So me no care what we no want. Me have to pay the mortgage first. Just like how you have to pay the landlord first, you pay the mortgage first. There were times when I couldn't pay, and Victoria Mutual kept coming to me. Because the truth is, I was earning $2,000 a month and my mortgage was 1,500 something. So I only had $400 leave. I was above my debt service ratio. But I was leveraged by a gentleman called Richard Graham who co-signed my loan for me so that I could get it. Man just look at me and say, this young girl have so much ambition, I have to help her. Divine intervention, the creator step in and compel him to help me. That's how it is. And when you step forward to do something, the universe is going to open up and help you. Just like that. There is no two ways about it. The universe open up and help me all the time, every day. You just open up and help you. Say, oh, someone want a grey cup. I said, Father God, someone need a grey cup. By tomorrow morning, a grey cup in my bed. Kid you not. Seriously. That's just how it is. The universe opens up and helps you. And the universe sends persons to help you. It sends people to tell you to what to do. When I was there looking for a house, Richard called in my office, tell me to buy a Fairview Park, because his sister didn't buy one. Kept saying it. My boss came over to me with a square and said, Claudia, why don't you just go buy the house at Fairview Park? The universe just send people to tell you what to do, but you're not listening. You're not listening. So Dwayne, when you get that property, your handover is right around the corner. And me a fret every day, me can't wait. Dwayne, you're not a fret. You're John gone through the gate already. In other words, if a 10 hurdle, you jump it. Mm-hmm. Just the finish line, and you run towards it, and you're not gonna fall down. You're gonna just cross over it, right? But when you cross over the finish line, remember, crossing over the finish line is one thing. So you can't fall down, Like when I see some athletes that do a jump and ground and a roll and a roll. Don't do that. Cross over the finish line, but you still have another 30 years to go with this mortgage. Or in some instances, another 40 years. But Dwayne, I'll tell you this. You have already, the first one is the hardest one when it comes to the real estate. Is the roughest one that you have to go through to get it. The second and the third and the fourth and the 10th, walk in the park. If you do the right things. Right?
Because
they keep
once you've got your first property, the rest is pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's the same. But there are certain things that you have to do. You have to learn how to earn money, keep money. No, earn money, keep money, spend money. You have to learn that. So it's not one house you're gonna buy. A lot of Jamaicans think it's one house and going buy because they only focus on buying one. When them finish by the first one, them stop. No. Focus on buying 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For me, it became a numbers game because my father threw me when I was 15 and I wanted 28 houses. Every time I walk up Millsboro, I count the house. I know every house that had a horse on it. Every house with some Doberman pinch and some Alsatian dog where I rush out. I could navigate every house. Right now, if I close my eyes, I can literally know every single house going up on the left or the right side because we lived at 28 Millsboro. We were the only ones who walked. Kids who walked on the road. Everybody else drive, right? So I had the morning to come down and count and going up the same thing to count. And I knew a lot of the helpers and the gardeners at the gate. I know we're going to leave them gate open for the Doberman pincher. Can them drive out, this is in the 70s, and drive out with them remote and leave the gate open. And the dog come lie down in the middle of the road.
How you pass them?
I have to wait.
Wait till what?
Yeah. So you either wait till them same one come back and drive in and lock the gate, the dog running behind them. Or you wait until a good Samaritan realize why you're baffling to go past this dog. So they will pick you up and then drop you at your gate and then them on them way. And sometimes, and one of the same gardeners, them will come and realize to us, because them so them know the time we're gonna pass. Realize the dog outside and them come and them run them in. Okay. But yeah, them looking for us guys. So to this day I'm still afraid of dogs. I don't like dogs. I don't take no chance with them. So Dwayne, it is better than the word that I can't talk on here right now. It's better than that. Um, and you will always be on a high when you step in to the place. And if people come in there like your children and your wife and those and come and abuse your house, you take it personal. You take it personal because you know what a sacrifice that you have to make, because it is a sacrifice to purchase a property, because you have to come up with the money and stuff. Somebody asked earlier why more persons don't buy real estate, because I don't know. A lot of persons I talk to say them never even dream of buying a piece of real estate. They might earn them money, especially those just leaving school. They might earn them money, but the first thing them think about is a Honda Civic. Young people. When you look around Jamaica and you will see who drive Honda Civics. All of the young people that will just come out of school and get them first paycheck. That's what they're driving. So it's just know how. And it is not difficult. The richest man in Babylon teaches us that there are two things to learning. One, the book them put in front of you and you study it. Or two, the learning that teaches you how to go and look for information that you don't know. Two parts to it. We fail miserably in the second part. We only study the books that they put in front of us. We don't think that we can go and look for the information that we need to go and buy the real estate or to get rich or to whatever it is that you want to do. Go to university. And a lot of people say they want to go to university and they've never even walked into the university and look at the courses, but they want to go to university. I kid you not. So, guys, we're over 5:30. Tony, I could have done the lesson. But the way you asked me a good question to finish the session. Those of you who want to join the book club, that's the book club. We have over 90 persons join the book club, but they don't actually come into the club. I guess what they do is they listen to, because we do send you the recordings. So they're probably listening to the recordings and learning just the same. So join the book club so that you can get the learning. Financial education is what is going to make you poor or rich. Not how much money you earn. We all earn money. Some of us earn way more than others. But at the end of the day, what you have to show for it is, did I study financial education? Robert Kiyosaki is a proponent of that. He talks about that a lot. Did I study financial education? So you can run big business, you can do all of that, but you still end up as the man that said back in the hammock. Right? All right, everybody. I think Tony's hungry, so am I. And yes, Dwayne, congrats. So let's say it for me. I'm praying I'll be able to do this. I need the guide. Solace, you can do it. Once you have an income, you can do it. And Dwayne says work, save, invest is the key. You don't even need to save. These days you can go borrow the deposit. Yes, Solace. You can borrow your deposit. So you don't even need to do the long 1 year, 2 year savings that well, I did that because I read The Richest Man in Babylon, so I had my money. But you can borrow what we call a short-term loan from Scotia, JN, I think NCB have it too, I think. Mm-hmm. You also can pull your money from contribution refunds from NHT, contribution refunds towards deposit. NHT have that too. So let's join the book club. Also, remember you can WhatsApp me now. You say you're in Jamaica, you can WhatsApp me, I will guide you through it. The only caveat I would say is tell them have to buy what them can afford. Stop looking at all of the things that they can't afford. Waste time. Demotivating. Make you feel like you're worthless. And you're not trying. You have to just buy what you can afford until you can afford what you want. So I'm going to leave it. Buy what you can afford to buy until you can afford to buy what you want. So Dwayne, congrats. Tell us next week. I think it looks so like you're getting the key this week. Yeah, so tell us when you get the key. I want you to write down all the thoughts, everything that comes to you. I know you're sleeping and you're dreaming it and you can taste it. It's like, I know the feeling, Dwayne. I know you feel. You're gonna, as Tony says, You're gonna feel accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Doing says stay in your lane. Yes, stay in your lane. Don't watch other people. Just do your thing. Do your thing, right? All right, everybody. Enough blessings to you. It's 5:36. Thank you for staying on with us so late. Remember to join the book club next week. 2:30 to what am I saying? 1:30 to 2:30.
2:30.
All right.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.